Imagine that you're standing on a street and all these faces are facing you. Imagine all the stories that they can tell. Well, what if in that moment you could see through their eyes and you could hear the story that they might tell? Or what if you could experience life through their perspective and perhaps hear the story that they might be hiding? Today, I want to talk to you about the importance of perspective and all the diverse, unlimited ways to apply perspective to your life. So before I do that, let me start off with a quick little scenario. So think of the glass half full mentality. In a glass that's filled halfway, water is what makes the glass full and air is what makes it empty. And then optimists would usually say that the glass is half full, while pessimists would usually say that it's half empty. So what I just said here, you've probably heard it before, or at least understand the meaning of it. So there's nothing groundbreaking about it, right? And if you said yes to that question, then you need to push your perspective a little bit farther. It might seem intuitive that water is what makes the glass full and air is what makes the glass empty. But perspective might say otherwise. And it can use multiple different approaches to do this. For example, let's take a scientific or technical approach. Air is matter, just like water, which is matter. And air, just like water, should be included as part of the contents of the cup. Let's take another approach. Let's take a figurative approach, where the cup can represent you, the water can represent your personality, and that means the air is just room for your personality to improve. So if that's so, then shouldn't the air be considered part of the contents of the cup? I mean, room to improve, like the mistakes you make, is still part of you. Whichever approach you decide to take, you'll see that the glass of water is actually always full. And this shows one beauty of perspective, that there's unlimited perspectives and unlimited ways to imply them. And sometimes, if you get lucky, multiple perspectives might lead you to the same exact outcome. Now, a lot of you right here and right now are probably wondering, why did I sit down just to listen to a guy ramble on about water cups? I mean, like, why does that even matter? And if you guys are thinking that, then I would agree. Water cups, they don't really matter. But some other things definitely do. And perspective can be applied to those things in just the same way. For example, I'm sure many of you have got hundreds of tasks you need to do every single day, every week, every month, every year, and many of you are probably overwhelmed by this. If this is the case, then perspective offers a solution. We can use the same exact figurative approach we used on the water cup and use it here on these tasks. Therefore, we can rephrase something like unpleasant or uncompleted tasks into something much better, like opportunities to improve. Viewing tasks in this way offers many benefits, including increasing your productivity and your motivation. Now, this is just one way in which you can apply perspective to your life, but it shows how important perspective can be towards your life and how influential it can be. However, there's always more ways to apply your perspective and always more perspectives to take entirely. And this is because perspective is just an abstract idea that you can modify in unlimited ways. Another way to apply perspective to your life is social interactions. I'm sure everyone here has heard about how important communication is, or how good it is to maintain strong relationships. So what if I told you that perspective can be applied to this in just the same way? One way perspective does this is through empathy. Empathy is when you try to understand someone else's life and use this understanding to make someone feel better. Empathy can improve social interactions in so many ways. One way is by building your trust, which makes the bonds between two people stronger and eventually leads to better communication. Now, what's important here is that empathy is essentially just another perspective. Empathy is viewing the world using someone else's perspective. So, the first step in applying perspective to social interactions is by understanding the person. Try to think of all the ways in which someone might be troubled, and definitely keep in mind how they think about it. Try to consider as many things as possible, because even if something might seem so small or unimportant, someone else might view it in a much bigger way. For example, I'm sure we've all had those really bad days where we just don't want to do anything. And on those days, I'm sure, like even the smallest things, like dropping your pencil or stubbing your toe, that can make you trigger. And on the other hand, there's those really good days where not even the biggest problems can affect your good mood. Therefore, you should always try to consider as many perspectives as possible. Explore them. Because you never know what perspective someone else might be in. Overall, perspective can improve your social interactions drastically. And of course, as always, there are unlimited perspectives and unlimited ways to apply these perspectives. So it's really all up to you. So I urge you, each and every one of you, to explore this hidden world of perspectives. From being the cure to an unpleasant task, or being the foundation to socializing itself, perspective is so much bigger than many of you could imagine. Furthermore, applying perspectives is extremely important and life-changing, as seen by the increase in productivity or the increase in communication. Lastly, try to find all the different ways to apply these diverse perspectives that you've explored. Because, as always, there's unlimited perspectives and even more ways to apply them. Together, let's move into the future by harnessing the hidden power of perspectives. Thank you.